Hey there, it's Steve Dahl, and if you are enjoying these free episodes of the Steve Dahl podcast, let me tell you about a special deal that we have right now at Dahl.com. If you go to Dahl.com/promo, you can sign up to listen to 2 weeks of the shows that are behind the paywall for just $1. That's 14 days for just $1. Check it out, and we hope you become a member of our podcast family, a permanent member. Enjoy the show.
The spirit of innovation is deeply ingrained in America, and Google is helping Americans innovate in ways both big and small. Central Texas Regional Mobility Authority is using Google AI to create smarter tolling systems and improve traffic flow for Texans. This is a new era of American innovation. Find out more at g.co/American innovation.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Not all meals are created equal. For instance, breakfast has the spicy egg McMuffin for a limited time, and lunch doesn't. McDonald's breakfast comes first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This episode is brought to you by Greenlight. Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Spotify. Greenlight.com/Spotify.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
How's it happening today?
Good.
Just fine, thanks. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I got balls the size of a medium cantaloupe, but other than that, I'm good. But let's not talk about me.
Metaphorically or physically?
In real life.
In real life. Okay.
Yeah. So that's physically, I guess.
Yeah.
Although, is that a metaphor that they're the size of a medium cantaloupe?
I guess I mean when someone is referred to as having gigantic balls,
right.
It means that they're very
yeah. You know me. I'm famous for my small dick energy. You know that. I mean, that's what people know me for. It's Brendan.
Yeah.
Brendan, how was that? I watched the Notre Dame, the Indiana University, I guess they call it, Notre Dame game on Friday.
Wow.
And I know you were there because I saw many pictures of, well, not many, but a few pictures, I think, of, well, I saw one of the stadium that said, "Good to be home." And I went,
you were there.
And I went, "Didn't you go to Iowa?" And then your response was clever, yet strange. Tom Arnold's our biggest star. So you're in search of bigger, like, you're looking for a Joe Theismann. You're looking for a John Bon Jovi. Oh, there was a picture of John Bon Jovi. And does his kid play on the team still?
No. I wasn't there.
Is he the guitar boy? You didn't go to the game?
No. I'd sent a shot of John Bon Jovi Instagram. John Bon Jovi was at the game.
I
sent a picture of him. He was in the.
Who
Jesus
Says You Can't Go Home? That's one of his songs. Was it that layered, or am I just making stuff up now? I'm sorry. I know you talked about your plans for Friday, and I really wasn't able to listen. So, I heard. I think I heard it about you passing out in different rooms, and hopefully your nephews would be nice to you, or your cousins, or something like that.
Brendan was spending the night, possibly spending the night on someone's couch, or
right,
offing, I think.
Okay, all right,
right.
But the game, that seemed the game. Well, okay, you weren't at the game, so we don't need to talk about that. I felt bad for all the people that had to drive home to Chicago in the lake effect snow, especially after being, in a parking lot for 3 or 4 hours and then in the freezing cold inside the stadium. Although, if you're a Notre Dame fan, everything turned out pretty well. If you're a Indiana University fan,
Yeah.
Well, at least your team got to take a nice, trip up to South Bend.
Yeah.
Seemed kind of maybe like they were outmatched. Anyway, and Dog, your gigs went well. I know you had a couple of gigs over the weekend. And I think you're on mute, Dog.
Oh, sorry. I was looking down. Yeah.
That happens. Gosh, that happens on TV, like on CNN and MSNBC and Fox. But a lot of times they start talking to somebody who's really got something to say, and they're like, ah, and you can see them gesturing, and then the people at the desk go, "You're on mute," and then they go, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah.
And then they just start over again, like so.
Yeah. No, I had a very good gig Friday night at Fitzgerald's with Expo. Excuse me, I just muted because I had a cough.
That's all right.
And then I'm going to do it again.
That's all right. That's what the mute button's for. Or mute, as we say in French.
The Thursday night gig with Courtesy Patrol also
good,
very well.
Good. Notice I said good even before you said I went well, because I could just tell from your demeanor that it went well.
Yeah.
And that was also at Fitzgerald's, or that's at the other one, Friendly Tap.
Place called Friendly Tap.
But that's just right down the street.
It's just like 2 blocks away kind of thing.
I know you love Woodstock, but have you guys ever thought about moving to Berwyn? Because you spend a lot of time there.
I do, yeah. I think if I,
a nice bungalow.
Yeah.
Wear some bowling shirts,
Yeah, I wonder sometimes if we were ever to move, where, if we're going to stay local, where
lovely
it would be.
Town. Lovely little town.
Yeah, but I would sure miss what I got going on out here, that's for sure, and I could not recreate it.
No, it's lovely
at the price or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's lovely, and your home is lovely. It's lovely. I'm just going to say, I've got to give Woodstock a blanket. Lovely.
Oh, well.
And they have their own weather system.
Yeah, we had snow.
Yeah, we had a little bit, but you guys, you're far enough west that you're kind of in your own weather system.
Yeah, we're kind of a liaison between Wisconsin and Illinois.
Yeah, you're breaking the news to us.
Mm-hmm.
And coming out of Iowa, stuff coming out of Iowa too. It's we're gonna break the news to you. Got some chilly winds coming down from Minneapolis. We're gonna handle it. You'll see that it's handleable. We are Woodstock. We are Willie Strong. I know that's your bumper sticker, and how much do I love that bumper sticker of yours? It's just great. Well, thanks for filling in, guys.
Sure.
Thursday and Friday. Appreciate that. Everybody.
How'd it go?
Everybody seemed to, enjoy it. So, how did your show, or you mean me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have it as bad as a lot of people have, like really bad things happening to them. So it was a procedure that, they stick a couple of needles up your taint and they go looking for some I don't know, little specks that they find on an MRI, and then they do a biopsy on them. But I was asleep for most of it. And the nurses were all very nice. And one was a fan, but I was so high that I couldn't even try to sell her on the podcast, which is my normal, if you say you used to listen, whenever, in college or when I had a longer commute or whatever, I go right into my pitch for, $1 for 14 days and all of that. But I was like, this is what I sounded like. And they said, you should stop talking for a while. And I was like, yeah, okay. Just enjoy the buzz, my man. Yeah. And I did. The propofol, the Michael Jackson sleeping juice. Or as Robin Williams used to call it, milk of amnesia. Milk of amnesia, the answer we're looking for. But so, and then I don't know. So that's to find out, I guess, not, which cells are naughty, which cells are nice. If I could just tie it right back into Christmas and good old Santa Claus, he's out there. But they get the results in 5 days, but my doctor is on vacation for 2 weeks. I don't see him thinking I'm important enough to interrupt his vacation for. But I wouldn't even disagree with him on that, I guess. But it's a long time to wait to find out. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you want that information as soon as possible.
Yeah, because I got to make some more choices. But as Janet has pointed out to me in her true Catholic way, there are people that are way worse off. But I knew that already. So I'm not complaining. I'm lucky to be alive. I know a lot of people that didn't even make it this far. So, well, I don't know them anymore, but I knew them. So we all had, the one good thing was, there was the best. I can't do any heavy lifting or any work, so really all that means is I don't have to say I would have done that.
I see.
I can leave that part off for a while. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we're not exactly sure how long they said that was for. I say it's got to be at least a month, but we'll see. And there was some heavy lifting here on Friday because Matt moved out.
Whoa.
And if Matt and his kids were renters, they would not get their security deposit back.
Oh,
Let me just say that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he still has a ton of shit here. Like he had a box truck. He had like a 15-foot box truck, but he kind of ran out of time to pack it. And
Sure.
I couldn't help because I really couldn't lift stuff, and he's got some pretty heavy stuff down here in the basement.
Did he have some buddies come over at least?
I don't think Matt has any buddies. Maybe Brendan, but I didn't see Brendan over here, and he probably didn't ask you. So I think he thought maybe that Janet would help, but I forbade that because you don't need a woman Janet's age trying to carry bunk beds down 2 flights of stairs.
Yeah,
that doesn't seem like a good idea. So I don't think he got as much out as he wanted to, but he is. I don't know if he's ensconced yet because I haven't been by, but he is in his new domicile, and I believe he's hosting a Christmas brunch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
On a card table or something.
For the whole family?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But it's going to be very Charlie Brown, like on a card table with, a half-dead tree. Very, because Matt's a big Snoopy fan, so it'd be like a Charlie Brown Christmas, I guess.
That's great. And it's nice when you don't have a hard end date to a move, and you can kind of do it it's nice for him. We'd like to get all this stuff out of here, quite frankly. It's been here for a year. Why don't you go on over? Joining us now, Mike's side, gentlemen, is young James Dahl, who is here for... Hold on, James. Hold on.
Here.
Hold on. Here. Grandpa needs a second to... do you have the headphones over there, Janet?
He doesn't want them on, so I'm trying to let him hear.
Well, it's pretty hard to do the show without the headphones.
He can hear, I think.
But let me have them so I can plug them in at least, please. And then we'll take it from there. Maybe he'll enjoy hearing the dulcet tones of Dog and Brendan. All righty. James would be Mike's youngest child. How old are you, James? 4? 4. You drove yourself over today, right? He can drive already. I mean, these kids are smart, huh?
There you go, James.
Yeah.
Where are you going, bud? That's it.
That was the show.
He found out he's not getting scale. Then he's like, I'm out.
He wanted to just say hi to you.
Hi, James. Hi. I think he wants to play with some stuff in the basement. So.
Probably. All right, I'm getting some stuff for Mike to take for his Christmas, so we don't have to schlep him. Isn't he thoughtful?
He is. Have him take Matt's stuff, too, and drop it off on the way home.
Okay.
They live pretty close to each other. But
it's got to be nice for the boys to be kind of living close together.
Yeah. I guess. Is it, Mike? Is it nice to be living close together?
I mean, it's only been like 2 days, but
nothing bad's happened so far, right?
No. I mean, I think he worked one of the days, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, he's, 4 blocks from you now?
Yeah. In the hood.
On your old street again, Brendan.
Yeah, my old neighborhood.
It's a shrine. There's a shrine there to Brendan. There's the statue. There's the miniature bean that he commissioned on the pickleball courts, right next to the Grulin ball. I know there's a copyright fight between you two, so I don't want to take sides. The Grulin ball pool, and it's quite lovely. How are you, Mike?
I'm good. Just came in to pick up some Christmas
cheer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you don't have to schlep over to our house. So we're trying to.
You're hosting, Mike?
We're hosting Christmas night, yeah.
Awesome.
My mom, she is providing peppermint pies from Oberweis, so I'm here to pick those up. And
do we get a discount on those because we know Jimbo down in Florida? Janet, she can't.
They don't discount anything there.
No, he doesn't have any money. I don't think they have any money. At least they're bankrupt. I mean, not Jim himself. I think he has plenty, but But if
you haven't had the peppermint pie from Oberweis, let me tell you.
Yeah, just that peppermint ice cream on its own is very good.
Yeah. It's fire.
Yeah, and their eggnog is very good as well.
Ugh.
Yeah. You don't like eggnog?
I don't like the mouthfeel.
Okay. Well,
too creamy?
You don't.
Too creamy, too thick.
You're not the Haktua eggnog guy?
No, I don't like it.
Okay.
It's maybe with a little liquor in it, but yeah, on its own.
Sure. Put some rum in there.
On its own, I don't like the
Flame it.
I don't like the mouthfeel of.
Put some flaming rum in there.
Yeah.
Well, you're mostly a whiskey guy now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Neat.
Whiskey Mike.
I just did a trade. I just met a man in a parking
really?
lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got to stop doing that, guy, dude.
What'd you get?
Well, I got jacked off, and then I got a nice bottle of Grandpappy Fittich or whatever.
We traded. I traded an E.H. Colonel Taylor rye for a Weller Foolproof store pick. So,
So are these full bottles or are they
full bottles?
Half?
Totally sealed.
Gotcha.
Half bottles with
Well, I was wondering why the trade, like, because you got you got a bulk of one and you want to.
Yeah, so I had a multiples of the rye. Like I didn't love it, but I love the Weller Foolproof, and my only bottle of that is nearly gone. So
yeah, I did, Brendan. I wasn't making fun of you for thinking they were half full because anything's possible.
No, yeah. People trade
like
samples.
It seems like that would be dangerous, but apparently they're drinking samples. So
people will do 1-to-1 trades, and like
it's only a matter of time before he blacks out in his car and something. He wakes up with a sore butt.
People will throw in like 2-ounce samples to sweeten deals for sure. It's like a thing.
Really? Like here's a little taste, and then they bring out a little Dixie cup.
So the thing about these trades is that you have to like post a photo of your bottle so people know that it's legit, and then you have to put your name and the date in the photo so they know that you're not like pulling a fake image off Google. If the person, you can see the history of all of their trades within the Facebook group.
Oh, that's cool.
And if they don't, and if they don't have any trades, you can get people to vouch for them. But
Idea, and then we got to call Tom, and you should stay on to talk to Tom.
No, I got to go.
9 losses. Somebody needs to be down here with me.
I can't even think about the help.
All right, an app that does all of that. I mean, you guys work for the Wirtz Beverage, for Wirtz Company, including Wirtz Beverage, or whatever it's called now. It's called something else.
Well, there is an app for that.
Oh.
Benny's has an app.
For whiskey trading?
Well, I don't...
I mean, just a whiskey trading app. Get a whiskey to sponsor you.
Yeah,
I know Larry
I don't know that
works with that uncle nearest, the Jack Daniels. He's the slave who apparently gave Jack Daniels the recipe for Jack Daniels. So,
well, it's hard because
Larry Wirt's all about reparation. We have to call Tom.
10:30.
Yeah,
it's hard because I don't know that the distilleries really want you like
trading.
Yeah, they want you purchasing.
It does seem like there might be some liability there too, because sooner or later someone's going to get stabbed or shot or something, to that effect. I would think.
Well,
I'd like to think that it wouldn't happen. Hi, Tom.
What's up?
Hi, Thomas. How are you, buddy?
Oh, hi. I thought you said, "Is that Tom?" And I was saying, "Well, you're calling me."
Yeah. Well, that might have been Mike Dahl. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Hi, Uncle Tom.
Hey, Mike Dahl.
How are you?
Is Mike there?
Hi, can you hear me? Check 1 2. Stever, come on. Come on, Stever.
All right.
Come on, Stever.
Well, I wasn't really
Pod me up. Can you hear me now?
Is Dog?
Hey there, Tom. I'm here.
We're here.
Hey, Dog.
If you guys could at least talk to cover me while I do this, that would be great.
Check 1 2.
We got our engineer working on the audio problem, trying to patch in Mike Dahl so you
here
can
I am.
hear Tom.
Tom, can you hear me? Check 1 2.
No, he can't, but he will in just 1 second here.
So we got our best guy on the case, Tom, as you know. We pride ourselves
It will be a Christmas miracle.
Yeah. It's kind of just under the wire. Nice Christmas miracles. Finally, some good news.
Yeah. Hold on here.
He's
miracle at the 34th minute.
All right. Now
Hey,
talk,
nice.
Mike. Now talk.
Uncle Tom, check 1 2. Uncle Tom.
You hear him?
Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom.
I can hear he's there, but he's not like talking to Don Brendan and yourself. He's like,
all right. How about
it's very
standing?
Ground
I was going to say
control.
it's very
ahead.
charming too because he's calling you Uncle Tom.
right?
Yes, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How about now?
Now can you hear me, Mr. Thayer?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we're back.
Out and friggin' clear.
How are ya?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Happy holidays.
Remember,
And you as well. What's up?
remember when you used to dangle these three boys off a balcony way before Michael Jackson did it?
Right. I did it with 3 kids before Michael Jackson made it cool. And I always tell you, I had that picture hanging in my locker at the Bears facility for years.
Yeah.
And
Some would say that was the inspiration for the '85 Bears team to go on and win the Super Bowl.
right.
Yeah, well, I'll take any credit for that. Sure.
Yeah.
But
that was in Hawaii too, right?
Right. We're not doing it because we're greedy. We're just here to feed the needy. That's where that line came from.
I do have one. There is the football that I got at my first communion that I think we were at TNT or
TNT.
Yeah.
that you and that you signed. It's like it's like a bank, like a little piggy bank, and it's the one thing I refuse to bring to my house because I'm terrified my kids will figure out a way to break it. So that lives here at my parents' house in infamy. But every time
is it filled?
I think there might be some coins in it. Yeah, every time I drive by it. Was that on Plainfield?
Janet, didn't you recently break that?
No.
Or did? Oh no, it hasn't been broken. Okay, good.
No,
I thought that. All right, good.
Mike, as you roam the sidelines as part of the Bears staff in the Champagne era, what were the most inspiring words you ever heard from a Dick Geron?
Was a Mark Tressel down there as well? Maybe?
I did it for like 7 years. So I did it in Tom hooked me up in Champaign when I was down there, no doubt. And then I drove up every other weekend when I was in college and the couple years after college too, and did it at Soldier Field. So I was there through Lovey. I was there for some Dick Geron. I got to listen to John Shoop on the headset, which was always entertaining.
Shoop.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I mean,
it
was so cool.
He's still coaching. He's still coaching like in Germany or something.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
I was
Crazy
thinking
stuff. That drive back then, the drive to Illinois was not bad. But the drive back to Chicago down 57, that 2-lane road, it was freaking brutal, man.
And like at night when it's dark and snowy, it's brutal.
It's basically straight, so it's really easy to kind of lose your focus.
Yeah.
At least for me,
it's
was.
windy.
Yeah.
It's windy. It's
windy.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, it's
deer crossings.
Yeah.
Cops sitting in those stations that not either to find drinkers or sit there to find speeders.
Yeah, I've been clipped a couple of times. I think they got me once doing 104 up 57.
Really?
Yeah.
Blood alcohol, or that was your speed?
They didn't test my blood alcohol, luckily.
Illinois was,
and they hadn't developed drug test kits to the level they have now, so there was really no way to test for that.
Over the last 10 years, Illinois has been upgrading Memorial Stadium to be actually really nice, but back then it was not very nice, and every single game the wireless would go out and we would have to hardwire 6 coaches, and it was just a total train wreck of tangled wires, players tripping over wires. It was so stressful. So stressful.
Yeah. The broadcast booth was less than perfect as well, and throughout history, probably the worst one ever in the history was because I was scared of earthquakes was Candlestick Park, because there was nowhere to go.
Yeah, no.
If that thing started rumbling and shaking, you were just hoping that the stadium didn't collapse and you could make it out of there.
Yeah.
But Illinois, it was a walkable kind of booth, so it wasn't the same.
Yeah. Candlestick always seemed like it was sort of made with an erector set or something.
Famously during the 1989 World
There's a
Series.
Shake It's a Stick. That's what Chet Kopic said.
R.I.P. Ricky Henderson was a part of that.
Hendu. But that was when Chet Kopic called. He goes, Dahlster. I'm like, yeah, Chad, what's up? There's been a shake at the stick. And I'm like, what? What? But he meant earthquake at Candlestick Park. That's when we went live to Chet Kopic in San Francisco for the big game. So, two things. I have two very quick things that I noticed yesterday. All those end zone dances that they were doing, mostly the Lions because they were ahead the whole time. I think all that was started by the Super Bowl Shuffle. It all feels very Super Bowl Shuffle-ish to me. Number one.
It is, a lot of it is, but then it was outlawed so they could throw flags like they do in college football. And then a couple years ago, they put that silly celebration camera up there where you can go and gyrate and dance in front of the camera, which is embarrassing if you're getting beat by 30 and you somehow come up with a play and then you get the celebration there when, it's 30-7 and you're there celebrating a fumble recovery or interception or whatever it is.
It's even worse when they celebrate a first down. It's like, okay, it's a first down. We got that. You don't have to point. I think they actually get paid extra for the more teammates you can bring into your little dance. I think they get a bonus for that. But one of the best ones I've ever seen, and I think we disagree on this, was the Tea Party by the Bears in London. I thought that one was pretty good. And I like
it's just about the guys sitting in a circle acting like they're drinking tea. The thing about it is they are really playing well, and they had a big game going on. Caleb was lighting it up, and
those were the days.
Yeah.
Well, they had their pinkies. They had their pinkies up, so it was fancy.
A season full of optimism, and then the Hail Mary that changed everything.
You know what the thing that surprises me in this modern day brand of dancing and stuff is in the preseason, the Bears were playing against the Buffalo Bills. And I'm not exaggerating here. Josh Allen, when he came onto the field, he did 9 different rhythmed handshakes with 9 different guys that had a different kind of slap pattern to every one. And that just blows me away that where do you find the time to build these choreographed handshakes and these greetings with so many guys? Yeah, it blows me away.
Maybe that's how he identifies his receivers and stuff. You go, oh yeah, that's the double pump. I don't know. But
all right, 2 really quick things because then I have to go. One, I don't know, Tom, if you even know, but my brother Pat and I have a film studio content thing, and we did all of the hype videos for the Bears. So we were up at Hallis for a week in the spring, and I ran into Mr. Jeff, and he couldn't have been nicer. But
Mr. Jeff Joniak?
Yeah, it's a total thrill. It's a total thrill to do it, and we're currently bidding on next year's hype videos. So if you can put in a good word for us, that would be great. Thank you so much. And secondly,
I will.
Try not to mention the 9-game losing streak.
Yeah. Secondly, the Jared Goff Gibbs fake fall down play was maybe the greatest thing ever, and it had solidified my love for. Is it Ben Johnson? Is that his name? We need to get him. We need to get him to Chicago. I'll hang up and wait for your response.
See you, Mike.
Well, like I say, I'm not against Ben Johnson, but as long as he's bringing Dan Campbell with him.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like firing.
Dan Campbell's going to stand to his right and point at the guys and give them dirty looks and cry pregame and postgame a lot. What Ditka was not guilty of.
Man crying.
He brought it. Yeah, they bring their emotions to the game, which I'm not against, but and again, it's like all these guys when they get their first opportunity to stand up in front of the whole room, and now their voice has to demand the attention and the command of offense, defense, special teams, guys that are fighting for jobs and guys that have been playing in the NFL longer than some of these guys have been coaching. That is the great unknown when you hire these guys. So we'll see how that all works itself out.
I'll say when you watch the Hard Knocks AFC North and it's like Tomlin and Harbaugh, you're like, oh my God, these guys are like different level coaches than the Bears have ever had, ever.
I have to say that Well, last night on Game Night Live, which I watch every time it's on with Tom and Jeff and Lou, sweet Lou. Tom ended the game. They were talking about Dan Campbell, and it's hard not to like him if you like football, even though he's the coach of the Lions. Tom, and he's the most like Ditka we've seen since Ditka. And Ditka and Buddy Ryan, as far as I know, are the only two Bears coaches who ever went on to get another head coaching job. I think.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you think some of the guys that have been fired by the Bears have not got a head job again yet.
No, some of them in Canada. But here's what Tom said. He goes, "These guys want to be coached, and they want to be coached hard." And he And Lou and Jeff were like, okay, all right, dude, we got it, man. But you're right. Of course you're right.
I know.
Yeah, you were on a Super Bowl team.
I know I am. And Ditka is not the only good coach that I've been around. I mean, I've been around Hall of Fame coaches. And
Allen.
Yeah, Shula and George Allen. And Mean Joe Green was on our staff. And the Dolphins, Dick Stanfield is a Hall of Famer. Yeah. So I know what that stuff is all about.
Yeah, you do.
I've also been around guys like Jerry Faust and Frank Kush.
Yeah.
They're, crazy.
So are you more in favor of like a Vrabel type guy with an amazing offensive coordinator? Because they clearly need a good offensive scheme for Caleb to develop, right?
Well, I'm all in favor of bringing in a guy that best fits with Caleb. Everything moving forward, I will include him in the decision-making process. I will include him in an evaluation of the offense that whomever is going to come in here to be the coach, what their offense is going to be like, and if Caleb likes it and is willing to fit in. And this is the thing about Thomas Brown. I really like the guy. I like when he stands in front of the podium. He's not pre-prepped. He's not prepared. He's talking.
He's just mad.
If there was a better selection of talent, I think you'd get better results of it. You go back and you look at the Washington game, and then you look at the Detroit game, the Green Bay game, the Minnesota game, and even this game yesterday. So if the Bears don't fumble twice early in the game and they get on a little bit of a roll and they end up scoring with those fumbled opportunities rather than giving them back to Detroit, you really don't – the outcome of that game is unpredictable, just like all those other ones. So I'm not sitting here going, well, Thomas Brown has no chance. I don't know if he has a chance. I don't know anything about that. However, in terms of all the coaches that I've been around and the way he talks at the podium without this pre-preparedness, I like what he says. I like his approach. He's an intelligent coach. He's got good skills. I could imagine him standing in front of an entire team that he has their attention.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Mike. It's a decision that they're going to have to put a lot of time and thought in, and then you're going to have to study the draft and see what new pieces that you can put in place that will help this team the most. Yeah. And so it's not only the coaching search, but there's also personnel decisions you're going to have to make.
I would have said yesterday, if I were a reporter in the press conference with Thomas Brown, what's with the reverses and not just throwing to 85? I'll sit down and listen for my answer.
I'm with you. The thing about it is when the production of the reverses, the wide receiver handoffs, they've been good. They've been productive. There hasn't been an interior presence of running success. You got to start thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
And, that's why he's, going to those types of plays. And, I'll put DJ Moore at running back. Yeah. And I'll hand him off in the backfield and, let him pick and choose and use his vision. That dude, I'm all in on that guy.
He's legit.
He's a tough guy. So, I guess we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, Cole only got 2 targets, and one of them was for a TD. yesterday. And after the game, man, he was like not having it anymore. He was like, I'm not going to make any more excuses. This is bad.
Because they just ask the same questions every time.
Yeah. He was like, this is bad. People need to be better. I don't know what else to tell you. We've had a coach fired. We've had a coach promoted 2 levels. Like, I don't even know what's going on here anymore. So he was pretty mad.
Well, you know what? I'm equally as frustrated because I know what the tight end position does for young quarterbacks around the league. And just not to get him more actively involved. I'm too bad about that. But
you just find yourself watching these games and you're like, please don't get hurt, Caleb. Like he's just running for his life. He's just running for his life. He just doesn't have.
They keep talking about how he doesn't have any interceptions, but the sacks kind of count as interceptions, sort of, because that's why you don't have an interception because you got sacked.
He's been sacked 60 times, and I think what you really have to take into account, there's 2 games left, is you have to take into account how many times that he's viciously been hit. Because sacks, there's good pass rushers around the league, but you don't take into account some of these super awkwardly unbalanced, out of control hits that he's taken, and
like
that's where.
And we don't see those a lot of times on TV. I mean, unless it's draws a flag or whatever.
You give him credit for trying to make something out of nothing, but you're just like, throw it away, man.
Listen,
throw it away.
I love that dude. I'm all in with Caleb. Yeah. I would try to build this franchise for the next 10 years around everything that he needs. And, to me, you got to start with the guys up front, and you got to bring in an offensive line that has got some badass alpha males in that group. And they're no-nonsense guys, and they're not playing out of control where they're susceptible to penalties and everything. They got to play a physical brand of football that, it helps the production of the offense and the safety of Caleb.
All right, what happened when you were in the Super Bowl and you got called for, I believe, holding? What happened?
No, I screwed up a block. That's when Walter fumbled. I just didn't follow through with the techniques is very specific.
But how afraid? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go.
Well, Walter fumbled, and you were afraid to go back over to the sideline because you were afraid. That's the way it should be.
I was walking back to the sideline going, oh, my God, I'm freaking from Chicago, and I'm going to be responsible for the Bears losing a Super Bowl. What an idiot. And then I got to the sideline, and as I was approaching the sideline, Dick Stanfeld was sitting there with his hands on his hips. What happened? What'd you do? I go, Dick, I went to the linebacker too quick. You can't do that. You got to block the line of scrimmage first and then worry about that guy. Look what you did.
Nowadays, they would just high-five you and go, better luck next time, pal.
No, man, I'm going. I was thinking, okay, you play the Super Bowl. This is the only time during the course of the year you don't go in the next day and watch, review the game with your teammates.
Right.
Because we always did it as a whole offense and Ditka running the projector, and then we broke down to just the offensive line. So you get yelled at by Ditka in front of everybody, then you get yelled at by Dick just in front of the other offensive linemen. And you got to sit there through it twice going, oh, man. But, it's probably the worst play of my career when I think about it, because.
I didn't mean it like that. I just meant you were always fearful that you would lose your job. As opposed to nowadays, it's like, well, you know what? I'm kind of hurt. Maybe I won't go in. I don't know.
Tom, have you watched Enigma on Netflix yet?
Oh, he hates
I don't have Netflix.
Okay. Well, it's the 3-episode Aaron Rodgers.
It might be worth getting it just so you can watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say that
I wouldn't waste my time.
He's a strange bird. He's a strange bird. There's no doubt.
Weird,
There's literally an episode follows him to Costa Rica where he's
so high.
He's just out of his mind. Yeah. Hiawatha.
You know what, dude?
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, yeah.
But the third...
there is no chance.
The only thing I'll say is in the third episode... Well, in a lot of the episodes he does this, but in the third episode in particular, he, relives, specific games, important games, moments that were important in his career, during COVID and stuff like that. And the way that he's able to, remember everything and talk about every specific detail.
Well, he remembers that playoff game or that championship game with the Bears.
You can just tell he
Cutler and all that.
He is a different kind of smart.
Yeah. But I can remember. Listen, I can remember mostly every play throughout my career, and it's been 30 plus years.
That's
I can
crazy.
remember, giving up a sack on the first third down of the opening game against the Cleveland Browns and Sam Clancy, and going, oh my God, I gave up a sack the first third down of the season, and then I just filter. If I give up one sack a game the rest of the year, I'm going to give up 16 sacks, which I wouldn't have because I would have never played. I remember giving up a sack on a 3-step drop on Monday Night Football against Michael Dean Perry that McMahon yelled at me for so long.
Oh my God!
That it was hard to call the next play. I can.
And these guys have given up 60. These guys have given up 60 sacks. 60.
Someone will come to an appearance and I'll sign a football card, and I can look at the snapshot of the football card and I can tell you what the play is, what the game is, and everything about it.
Wow. See, that's just the difference.
Like that.
Well, I guess every play, if you're especially an offensive lineman, it's like being in a bar fight. So I guess I would remember them all too. I mean, right?
Yeah, but check this out. So I was doing a thing with Waddle on ESPN and Jesse Rogers. I was filling in on a radio show a couple Fridays ago, and a guy brought a picture in for me to sign, and it's me, Ron Rivera, Neil Anderson, and Dave Dorson, and we're in the bear cage at it was either Lincoln Park or Brookfield Zoo, and I don't remember it.
Right, but you remember every play.
Yeah, but I can remember every play. During the if you say, hey, what about playing the Houston Oilers in Houston or the Houston Oilers in Chicago? Let's talk about that game. Yeah, I can remember it.
You're in the bear cage. Are the bears in there too?
They killed the bears with their bare hands.
No, we're not. I'll send it to you. I'll send a picture of it to Steve. I'll take a picture of it. But no, we're kind of in the bear cage, and then they put him in after, and I'll.
Gotcha.
Yeah, crazy. And but the thing about it's so freaking weird. The guy brought a picture in of it. There are two different pictures, and I don't remember it. I don't remember doing it.
That's funny. All right, I have to go. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mike.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Mike.
Merry Christmas, Mike.
Tom, great to talk to you.
How safe. You too, always.
What, Dad?
No, I was just going to ask. Thank you, Mike. And your son already has a
flavor ice. I know. Your
son has a flavor ice. He's upstairs eating popsicles.
My 4-year-old is running around ransacking Grandma's
sugar bin.
So I gotta go. But
nice.
One last thing that I'll leave you all with is on this podcast. You might not know this, but you're in the presence of greatness. Brendan Greeley, who was the 8th seed in our fantasy football league, has marched his way into the championship.
Oh my
Cinderella story.
If the McCaskies or the Poles are looking for any kind of assistance in managing the players next year, look no further than the Grease Ballers.
Our chief scout, Brendan Greeley.
Our Grease Ballers,
right.
who got in on account of somebody else's loss and now is in in the championship.
Guys, I got to get to the Sugar Bowl. I'll talk to you later.
It's been an amazing run. Thank you, Mike.
It's just a Cinderella story. We're all pulling for you, Brandon.
Thank you. Against
if there's anyone on my team that's been eliminated that I can give you, let me know. We'll work something
ready
out.
to make some bad trades.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Is there a prize for this? For winning?
$500.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think.
Ooh,
I don't know.
nice.
Yeah, there's a significant amount
Is
of
that
cash.
the league minimum?
No.
500. I mean, that's a joke. That was a joke.
You're a great commissioner, Mike.
Brandon, it's just nothing makes me happier than you getting to the championship, dude.
You know what I love during the draft when they all come up and hug Mike and he gives them their jersey. And they lift him up and they twirl him around.
Right.
It's just so beautiful.
It is funny because like all season long, the 10 or 11 other teams that have been like trying to get to the championship have like 75 waiver moves, have spent all their waiver budget, and then Brendan's just like he has like 3 moves and is just riding his way into the championship.
Who's your best player?
Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson.
Taylor's the best punter in the league.
Lamar Jackson has got to be his best player.
You went with a non-Iowa guy, huh?
But he made the most unbelievable pick ever in getting the Raiders tight end, that kid that's like been lighting up, whatever his name is.
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers, man.
You see Iowa?
Brock Bowers.
No,
but he has George Kittle. He has George Kittle as well. He has 2 tight ends.
I do have Kittle.
It's Michael Mayer, the backup tight end from the Raiders. He's a Notre Dame guy. Anybody, everybody wants to say that bullcrap phrase that Iowa's tight end you. Go look at how many tight ends have been drafted out of Notre Dame since like 2013. They triple Iowa. So, you get this self-proclaimed Iowa University because Kittle is good. But go look at the tight ends in the league from Notre Dame.
It was pretty cool seeing all the alumni who came back for that game last
Plus, it was
Friday.
so loud.
Oh, my God, yeah. You forget how many great Notre Dame football players
You've probably been in there when it was that loud, I'm sure, like playing USC or whatever.
It was so cool. I was happy for him. That was cool.
Yeah, Cole Kmet went to the game, and I was asking him about the atmosphere and everything, and he said it was awesome, to be a part of it.
It looked pretty fun. Even I pretended I went to Notre Dame on Friday.
I stayed up till the end. I mean, I can't believe it.
Attaboy.
Right.
Yeah, they seemed a little outmatched there, Indiana. So
when you only play one ranked team, but
the whole game they're saying the coach took the job because he saw 10 easy wins. I was like, that doesn't that kind of discounts everything.
They're going to have to weigh strength of schedule next year way more than they did this year, but it's the first year kicking the tires.
He's going to attract a lot of players, man. He's a legit coach. He's really good. They got NIL money.
Yeah.
They got alumni like Mark Cuban, and so I think that Indiana's going to be on the map for quite a while.
Yeah, I think he's done a great job. They kept saying that like. Yeah, but you still have to win those games. I mean, Notre Dame lost to NIU. I mean, anything's possible on any given Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
yeah, I mean, that loss is just haunting.
I know. I'm sorry.
So back in 1980, I played in the Sugar Bowl against University of Georgia when they had Herschel Walker and they won the national championship. And we kicked their ass the whole game, but we fumbled twice.
Yeah.
And they ended up winning the game because of it. The stats of the game are just embarrassingly tilted in our behalf, but you fumble twice and you give them easy scores.
Like
it's hard
yesterday.
to recover from that.
Like yesterday with the Bears.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Well, I just I'm glad that you stayed up, and you had to be kind of proud of your alma mater. I love that coach. The Notre Dame coach. I just love that guy.
He tried out for the Bears. He came to training camp with the Bears, but ended up getting cut and then getting into coaching after that. So, that dude is he signed an extension. He's got 2 years remaining on his contract, and now he signed a 4-year extension. So he's going to be able to go out there and start recruiting and committing to these freshmen and sophomore and juniors that are on the upward swing of their ability and their maturing the way that they're hoping.
Hey guys, I'm not a Brian Kelly. I'm not just chasing the dollar in the big school. Don't worry about it. Notre Dame is a big school, you idiot. Stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yep. But I really like him. I would play hard for that guy.
Me too. Yeah. Me too. I would love to be around him. And, I was Dan Devine, who was a weird guy, but had a great coaching staff. And Jerry Faust was super friendly guy, just a really great person, but he had a bad coaching staff. So yeah. I've been part of both of what can happen at Notre Dame, and this is a good staff, good coach, and need to. If they beat Georgia, it'll be crazy.
Yeah,
they look like they could. I mean, I know they were, playing IU, but
one of the best. Yeah, they got one of the best defensive backfields in college football. They have a running back that you saw has game-breaking speed.
Oh my God! That one run from the 1 yard line or whatever.
I know.
It's like
I don't think I've ever seen that in the history of Notre Dame football.
Yeah.
A run that long and ends up being a touchdown.
So fast that the two fastest guys on Indiana tripped over each other trying to catch him.
Yeah,
that's how fast
he was pulling away from him at the end.
Yeah, too. yeah. He was like, I could go faster, I guess, if you guys want. I mean, I think he was like a state champion or something in track. So. And, I don't know, in the 100-yard dash or whatever. He looked like the state champion in the 100-yard dash on Friday, that's for sure.
We do it in meters, Steve.
Yeah?
On track. I think it's 100 meters. On the football field, it's 100 yards.
Yeah, what did I say?
Yeah. 100 yard, a state champ, 100-yard dash.
Oh, yeah, meters. Yeah, right, sorry.
I'm just being an idiot. I could be wrong. I'm just instigating.
When I was a kid, the track at school to me was like a vampire. So I would put up a silver cross and try to stay away from it, because no matter how hard I tried, when we had to run like a mile, the entire gym class was sitting on the football field laughing at me and mocking me for the entire last lap that I was running as fast as I could. Yeah, it was.
Well, you're also wearing Vans. So there's not a lot of guys out there trying to run a mile in shoes that can slide off your feet.
Right, that's true. I did have Vans on. Oh, well, thank you for the excuse. I appreciate that. Yeah. So anyway, it was a fun game on Friday. I think you're right about the recruiting now that they're in the championship. I mean, that's got to be good for recruiting. I mean, just being Notre Dame seems like it would be good for recruiting, but to have a winning program like that, good for them.
Depends on when you go on your recruiting trip. If you're a kid that's coming up from Florida or California or Texas or something, and they roll you up there for a big game in December or a marquee basketball game in February or something, and all of a sudden you get there and it's so cold you can't even feel your fingertips, and you're looking at snow and everything blown around a campus that's in middle of lonely America. It's not really exciting. But if they bring you up there in the early part of the football season and the campus looks beautiful and there's people all over and you're getting showered with praise, then, a little bit easier, to feel like you're in a good spot.
Now, do they still, or did they ever, maybe this is just a fantasy of mine, I mean, like, do they have honeys show you around a little bit, or is it usually a football player or somebody like that?
Not at Notre Dame, they didn't.
No.
On other visits that I took, they did.
Yeah. Yes.
But, that's the thing about, so I went on a couple of visits first, and, it was something else. And then I went to Notre Dame, and they give you nothing extra. They don't bend the rules. They don't, give whoever's taking you out on the town that night an envelope full of money. Tell them, look, man, you take them and show them and
get them laid.
Have fun. Whatever your choice is.
Yeah, right.
But, but Notre Dame, they didn't do it, man. I got there for a visit, and I remember I was hanging out with a couple of guys that were upperclassmen, and we were just, drinking beer and stuff, and they're going, "Hey, you got any money so we can buy some beer?" And I was going,
What?
"Yeah." I thought I was on the recruiting trip, but it was still, and you end up going there. Why? What was the reason? And the reason for me, it was close to home, and there was a lot of people in my town that had a huge impact on me and making that decision and stuff.
Yeah.
So
it seems like you had no other choice really but to go there. Kind of. I mean, you did.
That's the thing about it. I had it. That's the thing about it, man. If I didn't have the positive influences in my hometown to make the right decision, shoot. You think of the Florida schools or the SEC or Texas or all these warm weather destinations. And I don't think it would have turned out for me the way that it ultimately did. I don't know if I would have graduated from college because
at the U.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't even know where he is anymore. He went down there. We think he's surfing or something. We're not even sure. We can't find him.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why I always say it was the best decision I ever made to go to Notre Dame, just because it emphasized academics. It wasn't a big school. You didn't get lost in the crowd, and so.
Yeah. Now let's get another Notre Dame graduate, Cole Kmet, the fucking football. The guy's open all the time. He blocks and then he's open. What am I missing?
Well, that's the thing about it. Because of the offensive line and the talent has been so depleted, a lot of times when you formulate a plan of protection, depending upon where and who you're playing against, sometimes you got to keep them in the block.
Yeah.
And Cole is a good blocker, and whether he's pulling to trap, whether he's going to be a security blanket for an offensive tackle, whether he's going to be a part of max protection when you have a team that likes to blitz a lot. So there are to him going out every play, but to me, I would think that I would rather have Cole in the first two drives of the game. I'm going to throw it to him a minimum of 5 times within those first 2 drives.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to change the way the defensive coordinator is going to start thinking about, okay, we got to be responsible for Cole because this dude's going out. He's a tough cover and
tough to tackle. That dude.
Of course, man. That dude,
baller.
That's the most right. He is. That's the most legit thing about his game is, whatever struggle yards he gets after the catch, and guys aren't really volunteering to hit him in the open field.
Coach, it's really cold. Do we have to? I mean, come on. It's just college
football. Did you see the size of that guy?
He's huge.
Look at him, Coach. Go stand by him.
You go tackle him. Again, you guys did a great job yesterday. I don't know how you do it, 9 in a row, but I mean, at least there were some exciting moments yesterday, and Caleb made some great throws. And you said what I was thinking. No matter how many games they've lost and how many stupid things they've done, and they've done a lot of stupid things and shot themselves in the foot, Caleb is the real deal, and I hope we see him for the next decade here. He and Rome, and and others too. But
were you surprised when you looked at what time I text messaged you? Yes, I was going to message Dog and Brendan as well, but Brendan doesn't give me his number. I was going to message Dog at the same time I messaged you. Just
I know. All right. So Tom messaged me at 7:49 a.m. Now I had gone to bed at 6 a.m. for some reason. I couldn't sleep.
Whoa.
So I was downstairs actually trying to write a song. And I went to bed at 6, and Tom texted me, this is Sunday morning, texted me at 7:49, and then that was right after my Pat McAfee comment.
Yes. Well, I was sitting up in the booth by myself, just kind of looking at the field, and I go, I'm gonna message Steve just to let him know what the morning's like.
Yeah.
Then I never heard back.
7:49.
Dog, would you have been up?
7:49 on Sunday. I think, Tom, I slept till 11 o'clock that day. Forgive me. I don't know if I would have been. No, actually, you know what though? I woke up I might have been awake and been falling back asleep. But for you, Tom,
I was sound asleep.
You text anytime.
So I get at 11:23, I get an emoji with the, like, what's the deal emoji, and he goes, this is a he says 10:30 tomorrow, and then he says, this is a test of how long it takes for response. And I definitely failed it. It was like 4 hours. So I apologize. But I was asleep. So, but.
Well, this week it's a night game, so.
Oh yeah,
I was up in time I got up in time for the game for sure. I
hope so. It's friggin' noon. Get your ass out of bed.
I did.
Roll over and get the remote control and turn the game on.
I went downstairs. I got dressed and went downstairs. I was ready. Got my ESPN app rolling. Got everything synced up. I have a little bit of a tough time after halftime getting resynced because they have to turn on the delay for Sylvie because he's talking to Angry Bear fans. So
Right.
I think they need a delay, because it's like there's some profanity, I think, that gets uttered. Although he doesn't usually let them respond. They get to say something and then he takes it from there. So, but
you know what? At the beginning of the year, or at the beginning of ESPN's tenure with the Chicago Bears, I was, I didn't know that the season was going to turn out like this, but I was going, wow, it's pretty thinking outside the box to take live callers at halftime of an NFL game because no one has ever done it in the history of broadcasting.
Yeah,
so, hopefully it'll get better and things will be more positive, but, it's got to be tough. I don't ever hear him anyway.
Oh yeah, he's he's put in an impossible position, and and then usually he takes 3 callers and they're all very, very pissed off, and they use the term "we" like they're part of the organization. Which I think we have the right to say "we." It's our football team. For Chicago. So.
Oh yeah, listen, I have to go to Mariano's at some time today.
Oh no,
and I'm kind of getting ready. Yes, I'm kind of like getting ready. Because as I filter my way through the store, one guy now, the guy that used to stack the shelves, he now works in the bakery.
Uh-huh.
And the first thing you go to in this Mariano's is the bakery. So, boom, I get it right out of the box from him.
Hey, Tom.
Then I make the turn, and I get the butcher.
Uh-huh.
And
he's got a knife.
The kind of guy that he will follow me around the store.
With a cleaver.
And then I turn the corner, and then there's Mean Gene. He's in the vegetable department.
Yeah.
And he's the one that's going to greet me in a loud voice from maybe 30 feet away.
Yeah.
Like I'm a half mile away.
Hey, Tom! I'm standing right here, dude.
What's up with our guys? That's how he starts it. And then we get into the conversation. I know, Gene. I know.
I was there. I had to talk about it then, after the game, and I'm going to have to talk about it all week. I've been there, brother. Believe me, I feel you. Can I get some envy apples?
I suspect it'll be crowded because of the upcoming holiday events.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll just be able to make it through without getting yelled at least 3 times by the time I get to the end of the vegetables.
Oh, they're waiting for you. They're all sitting on camp chairs right now just waiting for you.
He's sharpening his knife like a barber on that big leather tray. Hey, come here, kid.
The baker is making a cake. This is what happened to our guys on the cake.
Before Christmas is over, you'll be visited by 3 Angry Bears fans.
The butcher, the baker, and the vegetable maker. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't envy you having to do that, but really, Caleb and Rome and there's some really good players on that team. But yeah, the line needs to be addressed, like. Seriously addressed, don't you think?
Yeah. Listen, you always have to increase the competitiveness of every position, and that's how you get the best out of everybody there.
Yeah.
But you just got to play a cleaner brand of football. When You talk about the results of the Hail Mary, you talk about the blocked field goal, the overtime loss, the kind of dysfunctional clock decisions at the end of the Detroit game, and then the early fumbles yesterday. It's just freaking crazy that there's about 10 plays that decide the fate of the season this year.
Yeah.
And if they work in the opposite direction, then you're talking about the Bears being in the division hunt the final 2 weeks of the season with Cincinnati and Green Bay.
Yeah, no, you're right. There were some games that they could have won for sure. Well, I'm going to say this, and I'm not being facetious. Thomas Brown. I like Thomas Brown too. I like his attitude. He shows up for every press conference pissed off. I like it. I imagine he really yells at those guys. It seems like it. But does he call plays better from the press box or, from the up in the air than he does on the sideline? Is that possible? Because he can't see the whole field? I mean, because some of those play calls, I'm like, what?
Well, I mean,
that's what a call to Sylvie sounds like, by the way. So just
yeah. I don't necessarily think it's making turning him into a worse play caller. It's just the thing about it, when you're a play caller, if you're in the booth, you're in the sideline, you got to take into account who's on the field. Okay, you lost Tevin Jenkins, boom. Then you got Curran in there at guard. Then you got Braxton Jones hurt. Then you got Larry Borum in there at tackle. And then you're kind of thinking about, okay, it's 3rd and 9. I have to, so it's not just, second whatever, let's call it play.
Right.
There's so many things that you have to take in consideration in terms of the play calling, the point of attack, the sustained block you need in order for this play to be successful. And so all those things, it's not necessarily that when Thomas Brown is up in the booth, all the talent gets better. He's on the field, and you're still thinking about, the guys you have out on the field, who's healthy, who's not. So,
right.
But I do think that's a topic that will be discussed, and hopefully, after the Green Bay game, when Jeff and I interview him immediately following the game, I'll ask him.
Oh, okay.
I'll ask him on the air.
Cool.
And that's the thing about it is remind me next Monday if you remember, because I want to remember that question. It's really a good question.
Oh,
you know what? I gotta. Maybe Jeff can ask him when he gets into that one-on-one interview as well. One of us will ask him.
Okay.
One of us. Look at that guy, Lou. That guy's running right, taunting you. There's a squirrel in the window taunting you. He's not happy about it.
Janet, every Christmas puts out a cart with snacks for the delivery drivers. And people who aren't even delivering things at our house come and take snacks. But the squirrels have been taking them this year. And they left a note that they want more M&M peanuts. So they actually take.
I tell you what.
Yeah.
I could live on squirrel the rest of the winter because there are so many squirrels in this 5-house vicinity right here that if I had like a 22 rifle, I could. Like if I was in one of those survival shows in the middle of Alaska.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you could live on squirrels in my neighborhood.
I could bring my 22 down, and you could do Tom Thayer's Italian squirrel.
No, I have one, but growing up and hunting, and there is an actual squirrel season, but I've given up. I don't want to kill an animal.
Yeah.
However, there are so many frigging squirrels in my neighborhood; it's insane.
Yeah. Well, you're like the most famous guy in Joliet, so they want to hang out.
Far from it.
I know Rudy. Yeah, the dog. Yeah, Tom's dog. I know. Yeah,
Rudy.
Yeah, Rudy.
Yeah.
I said, Tom.
It's funny. I was watching this thing on a arrest they were trying to make on a guy that's self-claimed sovereign citizen and stuff. And he's yelling at the cops, and they're trying to argue back and forth with him. And he looks at this one guy and goes, "Oh, look at you, little Rudy." And so I was kind of laughing at that because I'm going, oh, man, even in the most angry of time, poor Rudy is still getting yelled at.
Yeah. Can I say that just Friday and Saturday, now that you taught me that PD Live is on every Friday and Saturday, that just makes my weekend. I watch like half a Friday on Friday, the second half on Saturday, then the first half of Saturday on Sunday, and then I'll watch the second half tonight. I just love that show. Love that show.
Me too.
Oh, can't get enough.
And right.
Can't get enough.
It's no matter where you're watching, if they're in Louisiana or South Carolina or somewhere in Florida or out in Northern California, you just see what these guys go through nowadays.
It's like a ride along. It's really like a ride along.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Without any danger.
Yeah.
Except, choking on the food I'm eating in bed or whatever, but that's the only danger. Well, I'm glad you don't have to go all the way to Seattle on Thursday. I bet you are too.
Oh my God, me too.
Yeah.
So happy about that.
That would be a nightmare day after Christmas because you'd have to leave on Christmas Day, right?
Yeah, well, we've done that before, but yeah, I just don't want to go out to Seattle. Last time we were in Seattle, they had one of these just huge snowstorms that they're so unprepared for.
Oh, right.
And it was like during the pandemic, and Jeff was driving, and I'm yelling at him, saying, "Jeff, I don't care if the light turns red. Do not stop. We're on a hill, and we will not get going again." And so we did it, man. We got to the stadium, which was insane.
Yeah. Well, they're coming to you on Thursday, and then a week from Sunday, you go up to Green Bay, right? A week.
It hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah.
It hasn't been announced yet, but we're assuming that it's going to be Sunday noon.
Okay.
But I don't know.
They might flex it. They might flex it.
I hope. Well, no, they're not going to flex it because Minnesota and Detroit play.
Oh.
And so I think that would be a bigger NFC game. And then I would hope maybe they would even consider doing it on Saturday night.
That'd be all right.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Interrupt your live, you're on patrol live. But,
I record it, so it's cool.
Oh, very good.
I don't watch it till like Janet's gone. She won't. I wait till Janet goes to sleep because I like to put the headphones on so I can.
Like that show.
No, and she just keeps yelling police brutality, and I'm like shh. So I put my headphones on at some point and listen so I can hear every single thing that they say. Did you see the guy on the donkey or on the mule? On the mule?
Yes.
With the whip.
There are some crazy ass people on that show.
Man. Oh, and those cops all try to be so nice, and everybody, some people are nice, and some people are just such jerks.
Oh, I know. It's just they can be so disrespectful to these cops that ask for their license like 11 times.
Right. Why do I have to give you my license?
What you stop me for?
Yeah. Because I asked you.
That's not a crime.
Yeah.
That's a statute. That's a code. Yeah. We don't have to do that. It's like, oh my God.
I'm a sovereign.
Give me your license.
I'm a sovereign citizen. This is my country. I live in my country. Like, okay. Whatever.
Right.
Just roll down your window,
What's your name? I don't understand.
All right, man. Well, listen, hang in there. And, I do think there are some bright signs for the future out there on that field. Just not enough of them yet. So, in a weird way, even with all those losses, they are, as you said, kind of getting closer.
Yeah.
But, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. So.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Well, have a good week. Merry Christmas.
You too, guys.
Merry Christmas, Tom.
Merry Christmas to your entire family. And, Doc, I didn't mean to talk so much that you didn't get to talk or anything. I apologize. But,
no, it's okay.
But yeah, Merry Christmas, buddy. And we'll be listening on Thursday. Thursday night.
All right, good. Well, we'll talk next Monday.
All right, bud. Adios.
Right, adios, amigos.
Adios, amigo.
See you, Tom.
See you, Tom.
Good old Tom Thayer. Good old number 57.
Nice fella.
Yeah, I got to give those guys credit, man. They keep doing the game. You know, I would like. I mean, it was fairly interesting yesterday up to a point, you know. So, and there were some great passes. Caleb made some great passes, but you know, some questionable play calling, I think. But again, I think he's better up in the press box or whatever they call that. You know, the coach's box up there. But it'll be interesting to hear his answer.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, maybe I'll just see if I can get myself a press pass and start showing up and asking some of those decent questions.
Yeah, like, you know, another one in you?
That's a good idea.
Oh yeah, I got a million of them. What's with Coach? What's with the reverses with DJ and all that, and you know the other receivers? Why don't you just you know? I would just throw like a quick out to Cole. Because he can chip block and get open pretty easily. The guy's a fucking monster.
Have you ever seen a fake fumble before?
No, and they totally bought it. But I would too. You know, they're like, oh man, they fumbled. No, we didn't fumble. We're acting. It's called acting. You know, I played in Los Angeles for a while, and I took some acting classes. Oh, Jared, I guess I forgot about that. All right, well, it's almost over. And you know what I would like? I would just like that for them somehow to beat the Packers. Somehow, some way.
Sure. At least to not get humiliated by them.
Yeah.
Make it a game.
But that Aaron Rodgers thing that Mike is talking about is insane.
Yeah.
It almost kind of makes you like him. I didn't want to say that in front of Tom because he'll just drive up here and, you know, kill me. But it almost makes you like him because he seems to be an introvert who is forced to be an extrovert, not unlike myself. I did not know about this ayahuasca stuff, and I'm very down with going to the jungle, putting some war paint on, and getting totally psychedelic. If anybody wants to join me. Because it looks awesome. And I'm even at the point now where I would be comfortable taking my shirt off. I mean, you can actually see my ribs now. You can see where my six-pack should be. The outline of like where it goes. So, you know, I'd be happy to, let's get shirtless and do some ayahuasca and just say crazy fucking shit, man. Just talking about butterflies and caterpillars and just like, whoa, man, you're crazy. You are crazy. But he is good. No doubt about it.
Check it out.
No doubt about it. Yeah, it's, what did Mike say, Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I know you guys, you know, you prudently don't have all of the channels going all the time at once like I do because I'm careless. But if you tell me what you guys are on any given month, I can restrict my viewing to that channel so that we can have, you know, convo about it if you want, or I don't mind just telling you about it, however you want to do it. But it's worth watching if you have Netflix because and I've only watched the first episode. The second episode, he looks like he's going to start taking his family down. And it also seems like his family, they've sort of been dicks to him. So, whatever. But the ayahuasca looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't hugging these like, you know, these guys, these aboriginal. I don't know, aboriginal might not be the right word, but you know, like guys who are, you know, natives in the Amazon and stuff. And they're totally used to getting high like that, so they're kind of getting a kick out of him being so spacey. Yeah. And there's always a couple of hippie girls around, you know. And they're usually fun. They're usually DTF. So we say, right, Brendan?
Right.
Hello. Scumbag. Do I have the word fucker written all over my face? We have a problem. This is Steve Dahl Show.
Oh, no, she's still there. Rambo.
We're all seeing China, buddy. Thank you, Director.
I am so jealous of your leaf sucker.
Parts of me might still be moist.
Nothing madder than a wet tiger.
Guess who's back in the shy?
Oh, wait a minute. That's me.
The Rebel Roadmap. You can't make gravy without flour.
Yeah, then the dough, a deer, came crashing in through the window.
Right now, I'm more gumbo than man.
Doug and Brendan deserve 100% raises.
A, correct.
You ever go somewhere and then come back, Doug?
I've been places, yeah, and then when you come back, you realize that's where you started from.
You're the new Steve.
I'd love to get away from this fucking swimming pool.
What do you say to him before you eat him?
I hope all my pants are accounted for.
Hey, Grease, fog her out.
I love that nickname.
Let's get this going. Come on, showtime. Happy birthday.
Fuck, I'm 70. That's right. 70. 70. It's the new 69. Yeah, so anyway, my procedure, went okay. It was fairly, I was asleep, so I didn't feel anything, but, the after effects are a little uncomfortable, but I'm,
still in pain?
Not a ton, no. Some blood comes out of weird areas.
Oh.
In various fluids. But, it's, I'll be fine. I mean, it is what it is. I hope I'll be fine. But I feel that I will be. And they're super nice to me at the surgical center. And so, yeah.
That's nice of Janet to stay with you and take care of you.
Absolutely. Well, she's been taking care of me since 1976, basically. Mm-hmm. Although maybe in 76, I pretended like I was going to take care of her. But I don't think I did. I don't did.
Switcheroo.
But they won't even let you undergo the procedure if you don't have somebody to drive you home. And they asked me like 10 times. Do you have someone to... I mean, yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. The weirdest thing was they have a very small lobby. And they're right next to a pain clinic. So there's like bulletproof glass in the lobby of the surgical center, and you have to talk to the lady through a slit. And she's asking she's asking questions that sort of violate your HIPAA, but I don't really care. And then she's asking people how many COVID shots they've had, and I've had 4, but I said 3. I just I didn't think it mattered, and I kind of forgot. But a lot of people were saying none. And then the waiting room was so crowded, they would be sitting like, less than a foot and a half away from you, and coughing. So whatever. I just, they could use a little, maybe I would recommend a more spacious, I would maybe, put I don't know whose pain clinic that is. And I thought those things were illegal. But there are signs even in the surgical center, like, hey, violence is not, like warning signs about violence and, what have you. So I'm sure that people looking for pain pills come marching in, and, there's good stuff in there too,
Oh, gotcha.
Hi, Janet.
Hi. Since he was unconscious for most of this, I figured I should be here to, create a picture of what it was like. 'Cause
sure.
I'm the one sitting like 1 foot from 30 people, some of which are standing in the lobby, hearing every single person's medical history, hearing all their vaccine status, hearing them try and get permission to film their procedure or have.
Yeah, they wanted to film it. I said, no, that's extra. You have to pay me for that.
There's signs everywhere that say stay 6 feet apart, which they didn't bother to take out since COVID because you really could not be 6 feet from anyone in the whole place. Some people are, talking on the phone so you can hear their
even though
updates,
it says don't
hear updates to their parents or husbands or mother's condition, and that's unnerving.
Yeah, he's probably going to die back there.
I've had work.
Okay, we'll be over for Christmas Eve. Bye.
I have had work done at surgical centers on my knee, and some of them are very, very, they have waiting rooms that allow you to have some privacy. But this one was not that.
They didn't even have a place to change. You had to change like in your...
You change behind the curtains.
Where your bed is. And then no place to put your valuables except back in your pocket of your pants.
Like when I even
But then you can put them in a plastic bag if you want. And then at the end, they make you, like you're checking out of prison. You have to give an inventory of all your valuables.
That's because you're under anesthesia, and that would be a prime opportunity for a bad person to take stuff because you would have no recollection. So they inventory it, and you put it on a bag by your feet.
Yeah.
So
I got all my stuff back.
I'm sure that everyone there was super nice and super kind and super efficient. But I just want everyone to know this is what medicine is coming to. It's like these doctors
this is a
would
big
rather
urology partnership.
They would rather keep the money in their partnership than pay for, give a part of it to the hospital. So this way they keep it all. And it runs like a hospital. It's got a little board that tells you where your patient is. But when the doctor comes out to tell you how the procedure's gone, you get that information in the vestibule between the pain clinic and the surgical center. So people are walking in. You're so distracted by the fact that you're in a vestibule that you don't even ask a sensible question. And so I'm telling the doctor, is he going to have the same kind of pain that he had last time? And all I'm getting is a blank look.
Every time I talk to him about the pain I had the last time, he looks at me like I'm telling him for the first time. I finally went, look, I'm not going to sue you. I have enough money to live out the rest of my life. You can stop acting like you don't know what I'm talking about and just tell me what you think might have happened. And he goes, I'll have to check. I'm like,
and mind you, this doctor who did this procedure is wearing a mask. So there's like limited contact, but he's walking through this funk-infested, waiting room with all these non-COVID shot people in his scrubs to go to the vestibule to talk to me, and then he's going back in. They have to buzz him back into the surgical place because, they don't want enraged, pain-filled people passing kidney stones busting in, I guess. But then he goes and operates on someone else. It's like there are some flags going off in my head, but I didn't ask one sensible question except, so we won't know anything until January 8th?
Yeah, he's going on vacation for 2 weeks.
So that's the only question I could muster.
Yeah.
And
he did try to squeeze me in, but first thing I'm going to say to him is, you should be ashamed of that surgical center.
Well,
think that's a good way to start off the consultation?
No, and the thing is, they can count on the people in the back not remembering anything.
Well,
no. I mean, like the patients don't remember anything.
Yeah, I didn't remember till Friday how mad I.
But we're sitting there in the waiting room for 3 hours while everyone's horror is unveiled in front of us, trying to shut your ears. And then it's so intimate. People just started telling their stories. I mean, I know who was a teacher. I know who retired. And then this happened to him. And now they're there every week. And his wife's been there 3 times to have her urethra widened. And it's like,
she was in the bed next to me.
Oh, my God. It's harrowing.
Yeah.
But the good news is that the half-life of anesthesia allowed me to get him home before he started criticizing my driving. So that was a big win.
I couldn't believe how fast we got home. I think that's why they didn't let me drive. Because I was like, didn't we just leave like a minute ago? And she goes, no. Oh. Because it's basically in Park. Well, it's in Des Plaines. But I got off Toohey, Dog. I got off Toohey going east instead of going around and going west, which I should have done. So I actually got to drive by your old high school, which I'd never really seen before. Only from Cumberland, like the field and stuff. It's fucking huge, and it looks like a really nice school.
It's off of D Road and Talcott and Devon.
Yeah.
Is that where you were?
Yeah, because I had to kind of make, circle back around to get back to River Road. So
yeah, it's pretty impressive campus for sure.
Yeah.
I went there. My nephew went to school there, so I went there for some plays, and their theater program is amazing. And their orchestra program.
That's where we found Dog. I was in My Fair Lady.
That's where I spent a lot of my time down there, avoiding, books and such.
Well, the orchestra plays, and the orchestra was amazing, and the band is amazing. It's definitely a well-rounded school.
Did you ever rock that gym with one of your bands?
I played in the variety show.
Yeah,
that was in the theater, right?
That was in the big theater for sure.
Yeah, that's a nice facility. Whoa.
Yeah, it's great.
What did you play?
Well, we were backing up a girl who was singing "Shop Around." I think.
You better shop around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think because it was a hit for Captain and Tennille at that time. So I think we were playing that.
And you doffed the captain's hat, right? Even though you were playing guitar. No,
I don't think so. I think that was probably more of a keyboard guy, or somebody else was doing it.
Well, it's loose because at first they said he would have his procedure at 3:30, and that's a really hard thing because you can't eat. You have to do a cleanse, and then you can't even have water from midnight. So they called and said he could have it earlier, and then they called again and said, okay, you can come at 10:30 now. And I said, okay, I've got my keys in my hand. I'm on my way. But they must get either cancellation or denial of services from insurance on the day of. So they just kind of moved the dominoes
People might just
a little bit.
chicken out.
Yeah, well, there's that too. Or die, whatever.
Yeah, or die.
So,
but I have no complaints other than I felt bad for Janet being stuck in that waiting room, and I wouldn't have minded a changing area and a locker. But
I don't think
they have a pod, one of those moving pods in the parking lot. Like they must be where they keep the towels or something. I don't know.
Yeah, nothing in this place is permanent. Every single thing could be lifted and moved to another space in a strip mall, which is what this was.
Because they don't have to pay the hospital then to rent, space to do the procedures. So he will be getting the "You should be ashamed" lecture probably after he lays some bad news on me.
But the thing is, the people were really, really, really nice and so conscientious.
The nurses. The anesthesiologist.
They took your medical history like 7 times and made you check, redo it every single time.
My birthday.
They called 15 times.
What drugs am I on?
To make sure that you were following
what do you got?
Protocol and that you knew your times and stuff. So the support staff is par excellence, and I'm sure that is because this is a giant conglomerate of urologists, and they are probably litigation aversive, and so they are going to cross every T and dot every I, and anything that happens that's bad is going to be your fault.
And you have to pee before you can leave.
Yeah.
But I said I could go. Let's go.
There were people.
And she's like, right now, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then she said, it's going to be hard, and so you're going to think you're done, but keep going. And I guess I tried that, but it seemed like I was done. And I brought it out, and she, that's more than enough. And I was like, you're welcome. Merry Christmas.
There was one woman that was waiting for her dad, and he or her husband, and he could not produce. And so she eventually, after 90 minutes post-surgery, she said, I can't be in here anymore. I'm going to wait in my car. And when we left, probably 30 minutes later, that dude was still back there, and she was still in her car.
He should have tried, because you know what they do, which was, I had a really nice nurse who used to, I told you she used to listen, and I was so out of it I couldn't even try to upsell her on the podcast. But they turn on the water in the sink.
Sure.
And, these days, if I just get water out of the fridge, I have to stop halfway through the glass and go pee just from the sound of the water in the fridge. So, I mean, the water was on, and I was like, yeah, this is, where's my jug? Let me fill that baby up. But I didn't fill it up. I know that's.
But for people who are kind of coming into this without the backstory, Steve has cancer. And so he had one biopsy a while ago that showed them, they just stick 12 needles in you.
18, I believe.
Willy-nilly.
Or 24.
And see what they come out with. And so they came out with like some areas that they were pretty sure were for cancer, blah, blah, blah. And so then they watched your PSA, and then he had an MRI, and it showed more and different. And they just figured those are spots the first needle didn't get. So then he had this one because they have the MRI to show him exactly where they are. So this is a procedure that's prior to staging, typing, giving him a score so that they know what treatment and how soon it's mandated, and which whether radiation, surgery, blah, 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 more watchful waiting.
I'm down with those little seeds. I like those little seeds. Or the cyber knife.
Yeah, but
I've been reading up on it.
We're trying not to read too much because, who's most likely...
It all ends in death. All medical stuff on the internet ends in death.
Well, who's most likely to post about their procedure? It's like the wildly
unhappy.
Successful or the wildly unhappy. And so the middle of the road, that's what you want to know. Like what procedure has which side effects, and you want to make an informed choice, but not based on fear. So that's where we are. And that's why it's annoying to go 2.5 weeks without having an appointment and to not go on the internet or not go into your portal and see data that you can't.
I bet it's in there.
That you can't interpret. Yeah, I'm sure every radiologist is rushing through their...
My doctor, my internist has access to it too. So
I know, but I don't.
But he said I'm not supposed to give you any results. I said no, I get it.
Yeah.
But I know it sounds silly. It must sound silly to people who have who are or have, friends, relatives, loved ones, because a relative isn't always a loved one, who are more sick, are worse off than I am, I'm bitching that I won't get to go to Florida. I get that, It occurred to me at some point during all of that, I should just shut up about that shit. Because that's, there are people that are having way bigger problems.
Yes,
so.
we are of the opinion that Steve will not die from this unless it's aggressive and he ignores it. And then once it goes out of the prostate, it goes willy-nilly. Everything's tight in there. So you want to make sure that it doesn't leave that little organ. And so that's the situation. 1 in 8 men will face this. If you're lucky, you face it when you're 80 and you know that you'll outlive it. If you're really unlucky, you face it younger, and it's a big choice with your treatment. And Steve's in the middle. You're so intermediate. It's killing us.
I know. Well, I hope he has a good vacation, the doctor.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But you wanted to do it before. You wanted to know if you...
Well, I didn't think I was going to have to wait 2 weeks, though.
I know, but I mean,
because I moved the whole thing up 2 months.
Yeah, I know.
I could just do it in Florida. They got to have good prostate guys down there. Every dude down there is 70.
Yeah, I know, but
or not every dude.
People guard their doctors like they're the.
Yeah, it is hard to find.
Mint. Nobody wants to share them. So
my former. You're right. Nobody wants to share. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting you. But my former. What is he? I
don't know. Who you're talking about.
Dr. Janda.
Oh.
What kind of doctor is he?
I don't know.
He gives the colonoscopies. He retired and he works part-time down there, so I was going to call him and see if he
nothing like a part-time doctor.
Well, no, but he's a smart, really good doctor.
You can't have him.
You meet a doctor, at Bennigan's after a shift, you're going to know if he's good or bad. Or Houlihan's or...
You need continuity of care. A doctor that's there 6 months is just doing the colonoscopy because he's doing a workaday job.
He might know somebody.
He might, but he lives 6 months in Denver and 6 months in Florida. I'm not sure that's the guy.
Well, maybe he knows somebody in Denver. I've been wanting to learn how to ski.
I think prostate surgery or whatever, radiation and skiing are bad matchup.
I think just skiing and me is a bad matchup.
I think a icy cold chairlift would probably feel good, though.
Yeah, you know what? It would.
This is how thorough they were. They said, put ice in that area. We did have to puncture the rectum. It's like, okay, thank you. Use peas or corn. It really fits up there nicely, and then throw them out.
Yeah, make sure you throw it out. I was like, yeah.
Thank you. I will.
Will do.
Jesus Christ, I'm not going to eat crotchy peas or crotchy corn, for Christ's sake.
If you open it carefully.
You want some taint corn.
Tainted corn. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Tainted corn.
But the good news is he didn't have that crazy reaction that he had last time.
Good.
And the bad news is that, they're rummaging around in a place that's already got a giant patch on it. So he presents a little bit more of a aerodynamic challenge to a scope because he's already got 2 sewn together places in his intestine. And that's right up in there, right up in the adjoining territory. So,
but it's only one spot.
Yeah, well, that's the spot they hit last time, clearly.
I know. And he looks at me like, what? What are you talking about? And I'm like, dude, I got mad. I was like, come on, man.
I just want to keep telling them.
Which
he's
seemed like a bad time to get mad at the doctor.
He's patched. And he didn't take his hat off, so I couldn't really. All I could see was his eyes. It was an ominous interaction because the mask and the hat.
So, in hindsight, probably I shouldn't have yelled at him before the procedure. Well, but, sometimes I think they'd already given me a little something.
Oh,
because I was pretty chill. And just kind of, like Aaron Rodgers, just kind of,
I like you like that.
The caterpillar turns into the butterfly.
So you were loose enough to yell at your doctor before the procedure?
Before a procedure where I was going to be unconscious, yes.
Yeah. Don't fuck it up.
Well, you're right out there. Everybody can hear you because you're just behind a curtain, so nobody's going to do something too bad.
Oh, I know. Everybody can hear. I could hear everybody else's stuff. The lady next to me had something, she had something like a bunch of stuff on one kidney or a kid. I don't know if they were kidney stones or I don't know if they do cancer surgery there. I don't know.
No.
But then she also had stuff on the other kidney, but they weren't going to mess with that one. They were just going to mess with the one that had the most stuff. So I was like, boy, I guess I'm lucky. I'm just getting, a biopsy. So
yeah,
whatever. The show. Thank you, Janet.
All right.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, Janet.
That was an excellent drive home on 294, which can get...
Get down to 2 lanes.
I did help you get over from the left lane over to Ogden.
You helped me.
Well, I said, you can go now. You can go now in between the trucks because you don't like trucks.
Well, they don't they don't, on a Friday or on a Thursday afternoon, whenever it was, they don't like to give up their positions because they've already been squeezed from 5 lanes to 2, and they all have miles to keep, and they're all paying like $4 per toll just to drive.
Yeah. But I had that sign that said, I just had 2 needles stuck up my taint, and a lot of, mostly dudes, and they were like, oh, cool. All right, we'll let you over. So we got over and we got off on Ogden East, which is... We thought we might have to go Ogden West, and then I would have wanted McDonald's.
That would be bad.
Yeah, so. I don't think so. I mean,
I
wanted a pizza.
I know.
She said you
no,
can't have a pizza,
no,
you'll get sick. No,
he's sick.
Yeah, I guess your stomach can be upset because of the anesthesia leaving you.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. God, that's good stuff, man.
I love him under anesthesia.
You're going to feel warm, and that's the last thing. And then I wake up and they go, well, all right, you're all done. I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. When did it happen?
I could get anything I wanted when he was in that state.
Yeah.
Sure.
I could sell this house. I could sell his watches. I could sell his car. You name it.
For the first 10 minutes, I'm like, they finally went, you should probably stop talking.
Well, see, and then
because you're not making any sense. I was like, yeah.
They didn't let me back there because they only have 8 beds and people, so you can't go and comfort anyone that's in pain because you would contaminate everybody else. So,
but I wasn't in pain. I just sounded like when I used to call them and go, "I'm fine." It was worse than that. I was like,
it's a 2 vestibule operation though, because the doctor gives you information in one vestibule, and then the nurse puts you in another vestibule to keep you away from the patients and gives you the stuff that you need to know and a packet of stuff to read.
They do have a special exit door so you don't have to go back through the lobby.
Right. Well, yeah. And that because you'd scare the shit out of everybody waiting there.
Don't go back there.
Save yourself.
But then I pulled up and she walked him out, which was very nice.
That was, she was a former fan, and I should have upgraded or at least upsold her. Mm-hmm. Can't upgrade
She was
her.
very nice. She has a husband who's a fireman and 2 sons in firefighter paramedics. So we had that in common. She's very nice.
Yeah. Families of first responders.
She stuffed you in the car and off we went.
Off we went. I was there's a Giordano's right there. I was thinking we could maybe stop in there and, grab a stuffed pizza or something. But you don't like this. You don't like the Giordano's.
I don't like pizza, honey.
Yeah.
I like fancy pizza.
Had I known that about you.
I know. Had I known.
I probably still would have.
Yeah, you would have.
You were hot enough to. I actually did know that about you, but you were hot enough to overcome that.
Wow.
And sweet.
Yeah, thanks.
No, you are. The show, as always.
Plus, there's more for you if I don't eat pizza.
You usually have a slice or two and you go, it's not that bad. And I'm like, yeah, no, I know. Just like me.
Does the house feel empty, Janet?
No.
Not empty enough.
It feels like...
He left half his shit here.
He just took the beds.
He would not get back a security deposit if we had taken one.
It's very,
The walls of the kids' rooms have had pins stuck in them, and there's holes everywhere.
It's going to take a long time, and he's left behind all of the stuff of dreams, like all his musical equipment.
All of Spectrum
loudspeakers,
is down here in the basement.
Drums.
I might just take it over. Doc, Brendan, you interested in... starting a new venture?
He just asked me via text if I had an extra vacuum.
Oh, sure. We've got 4 or 5 extras.
So I think that probably is a cry for help, but he won't ever cry for help. It's going to take a long time, but when things were moved, like we discovered the place where I guess the dog got a thread out of the carpeting and then just pulled it till there's a giant hole. It's not empty.
Janet's calling for a full makeover of all 3 rooms.
It's just funky.
Well played by her.
And it's great.
And through tears. Through tears.
I escape any Christmas entertaining because the house is like the upstairs hallway has just piles, the ladders to the beds, all the kids' clothes, his clothes, like just the remnants of their life is all stacked in different corners.
She's very unhappy that we're not having our normal Christmas. And I'm like, this is the perfect amount of Christmas for me. And I don't
Yeah, I just have a tree, and there's no time the family's going to be
We
here.
have a tree and a lovely outdoor display.
Which is a gift because the house is it's bad.
But the tree is lovely. We sit in there and we stare at it.
It's quiet, and I am just happy to imagine Matt at his house, going to bed in his bed and having sweet dreams.
He did stop by yesterday to leave his dog off. I was awakened at 9 a.m. momentarily by Roger running into my bedroom and jumping up on me and licking my face,
and
which
was
is a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Although later he got up on the counter and took a coffee cake off the counter, and when I went to pick the coffee cake up, he tried to attack me.
He bit you, yeah. So Roger's the gift that keeps on
giving.
And
then the other fun thing that happened, they came back from the Bears game to get Roger. Pretty sure they forgot to thank us for that, but whatever. And Jackson had a cup of something, and he tried to get me to drink it, and Matt was like, "Don't let him drink that, or don't drink that." And I went, "What is it?" And Jackson goes, "It's pee." And
it's cool when they respect their grandpa like that, huh?
It's pee in like a to-go cup, like a coffee cup. And
he must have had urgency on the way home.
And he opens up our trash compactor, and he's going to throw the cup in there. And I'm like, "You can't throw pee into our kitchen garbage can."
He's 11.
And he goes, "What am I supposed to do with it?" And I said, "How about the toilet? Empty it out in the toilet and then wash the cup out and pour that in the toilet." And I'm sure he just poured it in the sink. I don't know. But it was like, you can't put pee in somebody's garbage can in their kitchen.
So, yeah, we're getting back to normal.
Slowly. But I think that what they're doing is they're weaning us off of them.
Which is...
Let's go over and try to drop some piss in the kitchen garbage. And, then we'll head on out.
But before you leave, and I know I'm butting in, I do want to say that I love those kids madly, and I understand them totally, even if Matt doesn't give me credit for that. And I do miss them. I miss the joyful moments. I miss being of service. I miss hugging them. I really do miss them and love them. And even though they were maybe a little hard on us and sometimes didn't respond and I take that as a sign that they are confident of our sturdy love and our constant concern for them, and they treat us as an extension of their parents, whom they love undyingly, but still sass and disobey and have tantrums and reject. So we are treated exactly like their parents.
You want to take the call from Matt on this, or do you want me to take it?
And it might hurt my feelings sometimes, but it's just the way kids are. They are confident of our sturdy love. They got a lot
of bad stuff going on.
No, they're fine. They're confident of our sturdy love. We're like the bonus.
No, I just mean
it's.
And
so part of me.
Their parents are getting divorced. That's got to be difficult.
They've been
right, guys?
Yeah, they've been divorced for a long time, but
they're still going back and forth, and
I know, but they're
living here, which isn't really their place.
They had a good time
or
here,
his place,
and they learned early on that Grandma the pleaser would do anything to keep them happy, and so they were comfortable.
Grandpa is a grouch,
who
will hide from you as much as possible.
And I honored them for working that system because I gave them everything, and they allowed you to hide because when you hid, they could ask me.
I think they preferred it, actually.
Yeah, so it was an experiment. I'm sad that I don't feel
I love them
more accomplished. Like I don't feel like everything I did
too.
Was
I don't miss
helpful.
Matt,
but I know how much they love me, because if they didn't love me, they wouldn't risk, saying, "No, you can't tell me to do that. That's mine." That kind of stuff is what you do with
like that.
You do that to parents because you know they still will love you. And so I'm proud that no matter what happened and what they did, they know that we love them. And that's the thing.
So are they going to come over and re-wallpaper and paint the bedrooms?
No.
Just wondered. All right, we got to finish up here, and I need to talk about our podcast partners very quickly.
I'm going to go.
Okay. Thank you, Janet.
Bye, Janet. Thank you.
Bye, Janet.
She had the headphones off. They said goodbye. The boys said goodbye. The show, as always, brought to you by you because you are a Dahlcast subscriber. And, hey, listen, if you go to Dahl.com, the website, a little banner will pop up. It's actually called a pop-up window. And I think you can click on that. It'll take you to the gift where you can buy a gift certificate, a 3-month gift certificate for a friend or, an enemy even. And just to irritate them. I hate that guy. And if you use the promo code Xmas24, took me a while to come up with that one, Xmas24, you will get the 3 months for $25, which saves you, I don't know, like $7.58 or something. So, because I figured $25 that's like an amount of money that people, might have to spend on someone that they need to get a present for, like kind of a minimum. So use the promo code Xmas24 when you check out at Dahl.com, when you check out after you pay for the gift membership, and you'll save some money. So I don't know what percentage off that is. I could figure it out, but that'll be. I'll pencil that in for this afternoon. But so that's a chance to give a fine gift and save a little money as well. Also, we've got some great podcast partners, such as good old David Hochberg and Team Hochberg, 855-56-DAVID, 56david.com. John Heggie, Heggie Law, Jheggie at HeggieLaw.com. Estate planning, 847-272-7360. He unnecessarily, but graciously and generously sent us all boxes of meat again this holiday season.
Yeah, he's absolutely a thoughtful guy.
Yeah, we should be sending him the meat.
You're correct.
But he says it to us, so who am I to argue? He's got a much higher education than I do, or much more. You know what I mean?
He's a good man.
He's been to law school. Roast to order. Roast number 2order.com. Delicious, freshly roasted coffee delivered right to your door. Try the Kona blend. Gift certificates available there as well. So maybe double up on a gift certificate, or don't give. Whatever. But you can have it electronically delivered via roasttoorder.com as you can from Dahl.com.
Yeah.
And we're currently enjoying the Kona blend here at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Delish. Fabrini's Flowers, FABflowers.com, 888-885-2000. I think you guys were going to talk to him on Thursday. Did that go happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it was great to talk
to him. I didn't, I just, I was out of it, so I apologize for not listening.
No need, no worries.
But all the email was very, very positive. So thank you again for doing that. And
anytime.
It made it a lot easier for me. And I saw that you accidentally posted the wrong file for a second there, and I've been there, done that. But you got it fixed right away, and I didn't even see. I saw like one email, like there was the wrong file. One email. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
you got that fixed.
I think it was fixed within 15 minutes. It was Brendan who alerted me to it, and I had an old show, or I had that show from Buzz a week before. Fuck, can I talk? A week prior, and
are you on propofol right now?
I was just looking at like the naming convention, how we name the files, and so I looked at that briefly, reminded myself how we named it, and then when I went back to search for the file, that came up because it was recently searched for, and I just was like, "There you go, file, show, boom, done. Kids, done it again.
Enjoy, manja."
So anyway, people are cool about it.
Yeah, no, hey, I've done way worse. I've done uploads of files that just contain me talking to no one for 90 minutes.
Yeah,
it happens.
But you guys fixed it right away, and thanks for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
FABflowers.com, 888-885-2000. Promo code Stever saves you 10%. Don't forget about those gift certificates at Dahl.com for Christmas. Xmas25 is the promo code, and you can get 3 months for a friend or somebody on your Christmas list for $25. Have a good day, boys.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Steve Dahl Show is done right now.
Okay, well, that was a pretty good show, I think, and I try to release one every month, but we do one every day, and if you like what you just heard, you're going to like the Everyday Show. Once again, Dahl.com/promo, $1, 2 weeks behind the paywall. Normally $10.95 a month. Check it out. Thanks.